Nikke has released Soline's skill kit, but before that I really want to see what her burst animation looks like, so let's take a look right now. So cute! So cute! All the faces. Oh wait, that's the free run face. This is the free run face. Oh, that's cute. Let's see the burst animation. Ah, it's so cute! It's so cute! Alright, so let's take a look at the skill kit that Soline Frost Ticket is bringing. Now, keep in mind that this is not a limited time character. This is not the winter character, alright? So, if you don't like her, you don't have to pull her. She'll enter the ordinary banner at some point of time. That being said, I'm a believer of one of each Nikke. When they are on the red up banner, I get one of each Nikke. The reason why I do that is because I already have the other Nikkes, and waiting for it to go into the ordinary recruitment banner is just a little bit troublesome, so I just get it while they're on the red up banner. However, if you're a newer player and you're going through the early game of Nikke Goddess of Victory, I don't recommend pulling for characters that you don't intend to use until much later when you pass the 160 wall. You should be pulling more on the ordinary banners for the 160 wall before getting, you know, random Nikkes. Alright, here we go. Type supporter. Weapon, shotgun, burst skill 1, code water, ammo capacity 9, reload time 1.5 seconds, deals 200% of attack as damage, 201% of attack as damage. That is, I think that's a norm if I'm not wrong. Deals 200% of damage when attacking core, fantastic stuff. Skill 1. I'll check your ticket. It's a passive skill. Activates at the start of battle or when using burst skill. Affects all allies. Issues 1 ticket up to a maximum of 2 and it's continuous. So it doesn't say this is a stack. I wonder if it counts as a stack. If it counts as a stack, then Bunny Alice will stack. Will be able to double up the stacks on this. So, ticket effect: max HP increased by number of tickets times 10% of casters max HP without restoring HP. Alright, so basically your entire team max HP up. That's going to be usable for 2B, Cinderella. I'm sure there's some others. I think, what's her name? Winter Maiden might be affected by this as well. Activates when entering full burst, affects all allies. Cooldown of burst skills down 7.48 seconds. So a cooldown rate reduction, very good, very valuable. Activates when entering full burst, affects all allies, removes first train discount. Okay, we don't know what that first train discount is. I'll help you board the train is skill 2. Activates when the HP of anyone in the squad is lower than 15%. Affects the target if the target has any tickets. So if they have the ticket from burst skill or start of battle, then this will trigger. Recovers 12.27% of a caster's final max HP as HP. Ticket count go down by 1. So their max HP also goes down. Activates at the start of battle, affects all allies. First train discount for 6 seconds. Function: tickets granted by I'll help you board the train will not be consumed. So basically, everybody immediately gets a first train discount, and then you have to get into full burst to give them another 1 ticket. When you do that, it removes the first train discount. So basically, for majority of the time, you're probably going to have 1 ticket. And finally, the burst skill, I'll get you there safely. Cooldown 40 seconds, affects all allies, recovers 32% of the caster's final max HP as HP. Very interesting character. Alright, one more important thing to note is that if you don't burst with Soline, she's not going to actively heal your team. She does get 1 ticket at the start of the fight, as well as the first train discount at the start of battle. But the only other time she actually gets tickets is when you're using her burst skill. Not just when you go into full burst. only when she uses her burst skill. Now it sounds like that's not enough. The truth of the matter is that when you're fighting solo raid content, or when you're fighting like, you know, tough content, sweaty content, sometimes all you need is one heal to get through the fight. I don't know, I think that's very valuable. I think Soline is actually a very valuable character. It's there to make sure that you get an extra healing right at the beginning of the fight. That being said, because Soline Frost Ticket is a shotgun unit, we have to take into account that she might be usable in the shotgun meta. The question therefore becomes, Soline in conjunction with the shotgun team's build, is she good enough to do some good DPS? Tove gives us 66% attack up based on her final attack to shotgunners in the team. So Soline will automatically get a 66% attack up, right? Drake will give us like some attack damage and some attack up, I think. Tove gives attack speed as well. Leona gives hit rate and crit damage. Is Soline going to be better than whoever you use to buff your cooldown rate in your team? For example, if you use the Killer Wife, she's one of the main people that we tend to use for adding cooldown rate to the shotgun team, right? The Killer Wife's entire skill kit doesn't do anything for us as a shotgun team, except for this one line here. Activates when attacking with full charge 5 times, affects all allies, attack damage up 5.06% for 10 seconds. So the big question is, will Soline's personal damage up outweigh the benefits of attack damage up 5%? So far everybody on board, everyone understands the direction we're going in. Another common character that we use in conjunction with in conjunction with the shotgun team is Rouge. And in the case of Rouge, she actually brings a lot of benefits to the team. Let's see. She gives the 2 DPS characters on your team, usually Summer Doro and Drake, Treasure Drake, attack damage up 6% continuously. She gives damage taken, nobody cares about damage taken down, max HP up, that's all, yeah. So basically she just gives attack damage up 6%. So the question becomes, will Soline's personal damage increase be more impactful than the damage increase by Rouge and or the Killer Wife? Doro's damage takes into account the Killer Wife's 5% attack damage up, all of them. If we take 5% from all 5 of these characters, it's 9.48 billion damage, plus minus, alright? And we take out 5% of that times 0.05. It's about 470 million damage came from the Killer Wife's ability. This doesn't take into account like Doro has personal attack damage up, and Drake also has it. The real number is going to be slightly lesser than that. Now we take a look at Leona's damage and we compare the Killer Wife's damage. Leona isn't even overloaded here and she's doing this much damage. And you imagine Soline being in the place of the Killer Wife and doing similar to Leona damage. By my estimates, if you use Soline in this slot, she'll do close to Leona damage, assuming that they are equally built, which is an increase of like 500 million here. Ultimately, it depends how important it is to you that you have the correct choice for a water solo raid in the form of Soline. If it's important to you and you want to do that max damage, Soline is going to be a fantastic choice. If that's not important to you, you can get by without using Soline. You can just use the Killer Wife, you can just use Rouge, and your shotgun team is fine. As always, however, I am going to pull one copy of her because I'm a believer of the one of every Nikke philosophy. But what about you? What do you think? Are you going to pull a copy of Soline, knowing full well she's not the ultimate burst 1 cooldown rate character? Let me know. Put in the comment section below. Until next time, it's me, your boy, DJ Lord Jasper Stack. Thank you very much for watching and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Physics, jiggle, 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 physics, jiggle, jiggle, 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 physics, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.